Hey, it's Val here, and I am here with my good friend and sometimes my trainer, Anthony Slater from Core Performance, and he is going to be speaking at the Red Carpet Ready Fitness and Beauty Summit, and I'm so excited because he's got some really great tips. So I'm going to let him tell you what he's going to be talking about, and then we're going to leave you with a tip so you can get started right away.
Sure. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm really excited to be there at Red Carpet Ready, and eager to learn from everybody else who's going to be attending. But we want to find ways for people to, ultimately achieve their goals. And and from my standpoint and people I work with, a lot of that comes from preparing well. So the preparation that we put into the plan we're going to execute. Making sure that we reflect along the way to find ways to improve it and to make sure that we're progressing the way we want to and expect to, and then ultimately celebrate it. And I think that's what gives us the energy to continue and to continue to improve. So finding ways that we can all just make better use of the plan that we're on, and making sure that we use the people around us and the community that we have, especially through Red Carpet Ready and everybody that'll be attending to help us achieve our goals.
Which we do have a great community.
Absolutely.
And I'm super excited because Anthony, you've worked with athletes, you've worked with executives, you've worked with kind of all kinds of people, but he's seen the pressure of what athletes go through, and they're always they're getting ready for a game or whatever, and so I feel like they maybe have more opportunity to reflect and go, hey, good job, because you either win the game or you don't. And I like how you were saying that we need to celebrate things a little bit more, our success, because I think we're not doing that enough.
Well, I mean, it's so true that life doesn't have a whistle at the end of the day, and it doesn't really have a siren that goes off to let you know that it's halftime. It just continues to go. So if you don't put those points in your days, your weeks, your months, in your calendar that allow you to sort of reflect and take stock in the successes you've had, it becomes really, really difficult to understand where you started and where you're progressing to get there. And you're right. I mean, athletes, it's a little more finite. It's a little performance is really well measured, where performance for the rest of us is defined in so many different ways. It can be just being successfully having energy every day for work. It can be making sure that the quality time you spend with your friends and people you love is really, really what you want it to be.
Right.
So it can be a lot more abstractly defined, but defining that as the individual allows us to figure out exactly where we're going. And if we know where we're going, then you can continue to move in that direction. And I think the plan in that place allows you to get from A to B in a little bit more efficient way and ultimately more fun. So, but we want to hear from everybody else. So if you have, I think the key here is, as a little bit of homework, is think about a few things that maybe you've done in the last, few weeks or a couple months that, you were really happy with. Maybe you surprised yourself, whether it be activity or,
even just being good on your diet, or hitting the gym the 3 times a week that you said. Like, don't feel bad that it wasn't 6 if if you did your 3 times a week. Be like, hey, that's good. So
and write it down somewhere. Make sure that it's visible. Put it on your desk or somewhere where you see it every day.
Put it in the comment section on this blog, because I want to hear your brags, and Anthony wants to hear your brags, and we want to be able to say, good job. So if you've been doing something that now that you're going to reflect, and you can go, you know what, I actually have done better. Like what you were saying, like how many days you rode your bike to work, and like you didn't realize until you kind of started keeping track, and marking off that calendar, and it's like, wow, I got 25 days in last month. Or,
and it adds up a little more quickly. And sometimes, a little task like that, or a little opportunity to do something active, you sort of chalk up as, oh, that wasn't that big a deal. But if you ride 10 minutes to and from work, 50 times, that's hours of exercise that most people aren't getting. So just making sure that even those little things, if you continue to engage in them, those add up to really what is a big step towards what your goals might be.
Exactly. So leave your little brag in the comments below, and come see Anthony at the Red Carpet Ready Fitness and Beauty Summit, easy for me to say, September 25th. Hope to see you there. Bye.